Hi guys, so welcome back to This Budget Life. I'm going out to hang some laundry and get some things out of the garden. One of our first official pickings, so I thought I'd videotape that for you. Piper, say hi. Did you say hi?
Hi!
Got messy hair. She just got out of the pool a little while ago. But there's some of our beautiful hydrangeas that we have. They're just doing great this year. Just absolutely gorgeous. We do really well in this backyard. It stays wet. Here's our pool, our old pool that we've had for 6 years. Seen better days. So I just have a little bit of laundry to hang up today. We actually, most of the time just dry the laundry, but we've started using a laundry line on nice days, which is rained all week. So I'm just going to do a small load today. I've been drying in the dryer all week, but this is a retractable clothesline, so it doesn't have to stay up all the time. And I did all the laundry really fast in just a couple hours Monday because it was beautiful. It's rained all week and it's still cloudy today, but I'm going to see if I can get at least one load done on the line just so for the rest of the day and tomorrow and stuff we're all caught up in case it rains again later. So we're going to get that hung and then we will go out and check and see what's going on in our little garden down there. Alright, back in a minute. Okay, so we hung up this load. This is just one load. I do not hang up jeans or towels or underwear or socks. So we're mainly tops, bottoms, and smaller towels and washcloths because I do not like crunchy, stiff, abrasive towels. Nobody in the family does. And jeans are the same way. They both take a real long time to dry on the line, and they are uncomfortable afterwards, both to fold and to use. Now I know some people will take those items after they've line dried them and toss them in the dryer for a few minutes, which would be okay if we had a ground level laundry room, but as I said before in my pantry video, our laundry room is upstairs and it just makes no sense to try to save some time and everything if I've got to make an extra trip upstairs to fluff up dryer jeans and towels. Socks also can take a long time and it is more humid down here, and I am not one of those people that's going to leave laundry on the line for more than you know, a day. It's going to stay up there, it's going to get dry, or it's going to be brought in and finished in the dryer. I just don't like the idea of having a perpetual clothesline. We also don't do underwear. If we lived out in the country somewhere, that'd be fine, but we live in a neighborhood and they don't want to see my underwear and I don't want to see theirs, so we don't do underwear. It takes like literally most of the underwear is going to take what, 10-15 minutes in the dryer at the most. Not really a savings to put it out. So small things, towels and denim gets done on pretty days. Hold on, Piper, you knocked out Mom's skirt. In the dryer, and everything else, if it's pretty, gets done out here. Now Monday I did about 8 loads, full washer loads, and I'd say about 4 of those ended up on the line, and then the rest of the week it has absolutely poured, so everything's been done in the dryer until today. It doesn't look like it's going to rain for a couple hours. I figured I'd get one more load before Sunday put out. I might have a few more items coming through. Piper, I don't think blowing in the laundry is going to make a lot of difference, do you? You're not sure, huh? Hey, listen, grab the bowl and we'll go down to the garden and see about what's all ready, okay? Grab the bowl.
Okay.
Let's go down. So my daughter told me that some of our squash was coming in, so we thought we'd go down. Now we have a very small raised bed garden, and we actually had a lot more in it to start with, but I think we had some animals come in and dig up. All my cauliflower got dug up. And I don't weed or hoe. Like, we plant. We have a long growing season here. We plant. We put some plastic down sometimes, as you can see. The squash does great no matter what. You know, I get what I can out of it, but I'm not going to, like, kill myself with 5 kids out here in the garden. I would like, at some point, if we have a... Hold on. See, we got some squashes going down on in here. If we get a bigger place someday. It's not ready yet. This one looks like it's ready.
Oh yeah.
This one's ready. That looks good.
Yeah.
Alright, hold up in the bowl. We're going to put it in the bowl.
Yeah.
Fresh squash. It's actually the second squash we've gotten out this year. When we have a bigger place and we have more space, like to do a real straight up garden, like, you know, a big one. Here's some more. Then I'll probably take a little bit more time in it, but as it is, this is more just for fresh eating during the years. Go down. So we did broccoli, spinach, squash, spaghetti squash, and several different kinds of peppers. We eat a lot of peppers around here. And like I said, the cauliflower got dug up by some random animals. So I got one surviving tomato plant. We don't eat a lot of fresh tomatoes. I know, it's like heresy if you have a garden if you don't eat a lot of fresh tomatoes. We just don't. Oh, there's my baby spaghetti squash. Going right there. We got some yellow peppers. This is the broccoli plant. I'm not real impressed with the broccoli plants. They seem to tap out as far as be ready. Like this is probably ready right here. Or a lot smaller heads than what I'm used to seeing in the grocery store. And that might just be because, you know, this isn't a real garden, but as far as a big garden, I'll go ahead and pick that. But it's good on vegetable pizza or something, and it's just fun for the kids to see where their food comes from. So, we've got some green peppers. That one looks ready. Well, it's a little hard yet.
It's ready.
I don't know, I think we're going to give another day or two just yet, but we're going to have some ready this coming week for sure. This one feels ready.
Guys. Never go on mud.
We'll go ahead and pick that one too. Garden ones don't always get as big as the ones in the store. Alright, these were a mystery pepper plant. They were supposed to be something else, so I think I'm going to wait. These are probably going to turn red or orange. If you know what these are, post below and let me know.
Oh, yellow.
Because they look pretty. They look like they'd be really good and probably really hot. Got some jalapenos coming up here. There's some green tomatoes on the tomato plant. I'm going to have to come up here at some point and stake this up onto here a little bit better because it just did not grow inside here the way I want it to. This is our blackberry bush. It's gone nuts this year. There's some more broccoli. Got some smaller heads on here. This is kind of what happened. This is what's left of the cauliflower after it got ravaged by whatever came through here and dug it all up. There's just a few little spindly, just not much. Anyway, this looks like what we got for today. Pretty good for our first picking. And we'll keep an eye on it. And looks like we'll probably have some grilled squash with balsamic vinegar and honey tonight.
It looks so tasty.
It's so tasty. You like growing food in your garden? Hold it straight. Our aunt's down here in South Carolina, so that happens. All right, well, we're going to go back inside. This is our yard, side yard, and the house, and the laundry line. So, anyway, thank you for coming along on our little yard and garden tour, and we will see you later. Hey guys, so after I finished filming outside, I realized that there is still some more I wanted to share. And I just didn't get around to talking about it while I was out in the garden. We had an exciting thing today where we got some updated balances from our credit cards and things that we're working on with our debt Snowball, and updated some balances and found out we're actually going to be able to, with the math being current for what it is, pay off at least 3 more credit cards before the end of this year, possibly more than that, depending, you know, how we do on yard sales or selling anything extra, just, you know, anything we can do to throw money at the debt Snowball. So that was really exciting. So we went ahead and increased some payments and made some adjustments on our envelopes budget. I know I haven't gone into a whole lot of detail about how we budget, but once we figured out the budget that we wanted, we went ahead and used the envelopes, and that's how it's spelled, M-V-E-L-O-P-E-S, envelopes.com system, to, instead of having physical envelopes with cash in them, we now have electronic envelopes that takes the money that's in our bank accounts and divides it up as we assign it to electronic envelopes. So we went through, after we increased the payments, we went back into the envelope system and increased the payments, the money that's assigned to those envelopes to make those payments each month, and you can extrapolate as far out in envelopes as you want. So we were able to see that by the end of the year we'll have at least 3 more credit cards paid off, which is really, really exciting. That's going to put us between $7,000 and $9,000 for our very first year of budgeting, and I'm really excited about that. It's just staying focused on our goals and not getting sidetracked by, you know, emotions and just different things that try to trip you up in your budget. Sometimes it's emotions, sometimes it's traditions, sometimes it's keeping up with the Joneses can keep you paying for things or buying things or spending on things that will make your debt journey longer, and Lord knows we do not want it to be any longer than it has to be. So that was really exciting for us. We're going to have 1 paid off. The first one out of the 3 is going to be paid off. The last payment will be in July. And we were thinking August or September for that one. So, of course, that might vary just by a few dollars, which we can scrape that together somewhere if we need to because of interest and all of that. But it is amazing to see the progress made, and it is so empowering to call the credit card companies. You know, you can close your credit card account. Excuse me. You can close your credit card account before it's paid off. And for those of us that are weak-willed when it comes to spending and have a, you know, have plastic disease where we reach for a credit card and think, oh, I'll just work that into next month's budget. You need to close those credit card accounts. You call them up and you say, I know the credit card's not paid off, but I would like to close that account to further spending. So it's stopping yourself. It's an intervention for yourself before you even have the problem or the situation arise. So we have been calling companies and closing things to further spending, and it's really exciting. So anyway, that was the big deal. And I was thinking there was something else I wanted to share too. Oh, I know what it is. I have been surprised as we go on this budget journey that the more we're in it, the more we're doing it, the more we see that we can cut out and trim. I feel like when you first get started, like it's so new, you're like a baby kitten that is just opening its eyes and it can't really see anything clearly because its vision is foggy and it stumbles around. But you know, it's trying, and that's how a lot of us are when we first start budgeting. We're stumbling around and we're like, well, I know I have this bill and I know I have that credit card and there's that other thing, and we're just, you know, finding our way. But eventually your vision starts to clear and become more sharp and focused, and you can get more gazelle intense like Dave Ramsey talks about, and just laser in on those goals. And not only do you start to see your goals quicker, you start to see the obstacles more clearly as well. And so you start being able to see those things that are going to slow you down from getting to your goal of debt freedom. And you know, so for me that meant I cut out my spending money. We have had like $100 a month each spending money since we started, but I found that most of the stuff that if I was careful and saved up for it, I could probably just work that out of our regular budget as far as normal things that I would get, because they were normally household things anyway, or something small for me. And so we decided, well, I told James that I was willing to do without this, so I cut out my spending money, and the only thing I said is that when I want to get like my hair done, like my roots and stuff, that we would just do that, you know, not necessarily have a sinking fund for it, but just get it. It's not really pulling out of any other budget category, but since we're self-employed, rather than just pulling an extra $100 per month out of the business for my spending money, just, you know, a couple times a year when I need to get my hair done, we'll pull that out. So it's not really part of the regular budget, but it works for us. So we did that. James also got rid of his spending money. Of course, in the last video, one of the last videos, I told you that we have decided to homeschool, which is probably going to save us this first year alone around $6,000. And there's other areas that we're looking at to cut, just to be able to add an extra $20 here, an extra $10. It's amazing how much faster, especially with high interest stuff. If you can add just an extra $5, an extra $10, even if the only debt you have is your mortgage, just adding an extra few dollars here and there can have huge payoffs when it comes to interest savings and just getting to see your progress. So that has been has been exciting to see our laser focus and our willing to sacrifice and do without translate into getting out of debt that much faster, like a lot faster than we realized. It's kind of, well, Dave calls it giving yourself a raise. When you are gazelle intense and you are budgeting every dollar, and you're commanding that money and telling it where to go and what to do instead of wondering where it went, it's like giving yourself a raise. You wind up with more money than you realized, which for us right now just gets rolled over into the next debt in our debt snowball, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's much better than, you know, staying in debt for another couple of years because we're just making minimum payments. So anyway, that's my 2 cents for today, and I will see you later.